What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. Appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. Today's episode, we're going to cover how to run a Facebook ad on Facebook for the best results, depending on what you're trying to go for, engagement, if you're a rapper or an artist, any of that type of stuff. If you've got an online business, a store, we'll show you how to run a couple conversions and so forth. Um, we're not going to cover Instagram today. Instagram is also going to be a separate video just based on the fact the ad sets and the creative are going to be totally different. But today we'll cover Facebook. We're not looking to boost this post. If you guys ever see boost this post, we want to stay away from that. What we're primarily focusing on is running ads from your laptop or from your computer, not exactly your phone. You're going to need this right here. And this is my opinion. But before we jump into all the ads, man, let me give a shameless plug out to Ambitious Minds 100 for the gear. You know, if you guys like the gear on any of these videos, man, you guys can definitely cop your own in your own size and support the movement. Ambitious Minds is not only a clothing brand, but it's a statement. You know, we're increasing the consciousness. You know, we're making a statement. You know, we're raising the bar and we're not accepting some of that stuff. And, you know, designer stuff is great and everything, but you know, wear something that makes a statement. You feel me? We're trying to make a statement with what we're doing out here. So let's jump into it, though, man. Let's jump into these ads. So as you guys can see already, in my Facebook account, this is a pretty new one. I've already set up my business manager. If you have not set up your business manager, you'll probably want to watch the video that I have, what to do when Facebook shuts your ad account down. In that video, I cover how to start a new business manager account and link your page or create a page, whatever it may be. But for today's video, we're just going to cover one that already has your business manager set up, because that's essentially where we're going to go to. We've already got our Facebook fan pages, Facebook business pages already set up, and now we have a business manager set up, which has our ads in here running.
I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what's gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit.
Your business manager is going to cover all your pages, and as you guys can see right here, here's my Go Getter and here's Ambitious Minds. Once again, you know, you can add other people to manage from other accounts. I got another Facebook I'm waiting on. As you can see, though, we have all this link. So inside your business manager, you're going to be able to pull down stuff like this, and this is what you guys want to make sure you guys you have your ads manager here, and this is where you're going to manage all your ads from. Right now we are in the business manager for the pages, but while you're in there, what you want to be able to do is make sure you've got your pixel optimized. If you're running a Shopify store, your Shopify and Facebook will talk to one another through this medium, and that's what it's going to be. Your pixel inside of your Shopify store is going to talk to Facebook, and it's going to go back and forth, and the pixel is originated inside of Facebook. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your pixel set up if you don't already have that right there. I'm not going to cover how to do all your pixel in this one right here, but what you want to do is go to Events Manager, go in there, check that out. Make sure you got your pixel locked in, because Facebook will walk you through how to inline your pixel with. Make sure you got that one locked in. But now, since we're already set up, we got all our stuff, we're going to go to our ad account right here, first and foremost, which is TJ for right now. We're going to load the ads manager. So inside of here, you can see I have some ads already running. I have a bunch of them that I turned off that I've been testing. You know, what I'm looking for is a good audience source for certain things. So you'll have all your information in here, and as you guys can see in here, you got your account overview, you got your campaigns, you got your ad sets and your ads. These are all different windows. So for example, right now we'll check the one that I actually have running. So as you can see, to read this right here, you see we have all these brackets. What I have right now is I've had 3,500 people engage with this post. It's reached 7,000, and it's even had even more impressions. Impressions are, you know, ones that just scroll by real quick. And you can see what it's costing me right here. It's costing me 0.005 right there to get a piece of engagement right here. And as you can see, I've spent so far $16.87 on this one right here. And as you can see, we can go in here to the ad set. You see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm targeting different ad sets and different people just to get the data right now. And as we can look at this right here, what we'll see is I have a budget on all these for $250. Inside this ad set, you guys can see there's different ones, and I'm testing audiences right now. So what we can see here is we have a couple ones that are doing pretty good. This one's good. This one right here is good. This one right here is good. And this one doesn't seem to be doing that great, you know, for the reach of people. So the reason for that right there being is probably the audience sizes. This one may be a smaller audience compared to these ones, which may be bigger. And typically, when you run your ad, what you're going to aim for is you're going to aim for an audience that I would say is at least you know, 1 million to 10 million. You know, and what I found lately is Facebook is pretty good with doing broad targeting, and what that is just one interest, and we're going to jump into that in a second. But you can target, you know, different audiences with different quality traits, block by block. But what I found is that costs a little bit more, and the results aren't always amazing. But you can think of it like going fishing. You know, the bigger the pond, the more fish. The smaller you get right there, the more crowded it may be. So, you know, you definitely want to play both of them, test them both, and see what you get. But, you know, first and foremost, now that we're in Ads Manager, what we want to do is we want to go to create a new campaign. And you have two creation windows that you can choose from. You see up here we have switch to quick creator, and we have this one that we just had. Now this right here, I don't use quick creator. I don't recommend it. So you want to always go to guided creation, at least in my opinion. This is what I'm gonna cover is this. So what you guys will see, what we have here are options. We have options to run ads in different formats here, and we have an awareness, brand awareness, reach, consideration, and conversion. So these are kind of like phases that you can have content go through. But what I found is what you want to do is you want to first and foremost, I'll start out by originally posting the ad that I want to run on Facebook through the Facebook fan page right here. And you see this is create post. It gives you all the option to put it up there. And what I'll do is I'll set this up first, and as you guys can see, here go a few posts from my ambitious minds right now. As you guys can see, clothing that motivates. Our mission is simple. Goes through here, you know, and see. Remember, we always want to stay away from this boost this post. You know what I mean? Now that you have that set up right there, what I would do is come in here, and we're gonna say what we're aiming for right now is to find out who our target audience is. You know, I would recommend that you never run a Facebook ad unless you have a very good idea of who your audience is and who is going to be the people consuming your content, who is going to be your customers buying your product. Because at the end of the day, what you're going to do is actually go in here and make an investment in yourself. You're going to make an investment in your business. And what you're going to do is you're going to get data from running these type of ads right here. We're going to start out with consideration. We can go with engagement, or we can go with traffic. Traffic, what I found, is going to be a bit more expensive than this engagement right here. And with engagement, we're going to drive traffic by just having the link actually being in the caption. But traffic, you can get this set up where, you know, the button falls down and they can learn now, they can shop now, they can do all that. But typically I found Facebook's algorithm is a little bit more pricey. Even when you get spot on with the targeting, it's still just a little bit more. So what we want to do is go to engagement here. We're gonna run this a little bit cheaper. And as you can see, for page likes, you can get that. Events, you know, post engagement, we're gonna do right here. But we're always gonna want to split test. I typically recommend that you have 4 or 5 different audiences. And when we say audiences, you're gonna want to have traits of your character, of your customer, or things that they're interested in. You know, whether it's sports teams, whether it's publications, whether it's you know, Popeye's chicken sandwich. You know, you can break all this stuff down. But in another video, I'll show you how to really find and spot target your audience, find out who your customer really is. find similar competitors, and a lot of this. A lot of this will take out the guessing game because the information is out there already. But what we always want to do is split test the audience. Placement is a good one you can do now and then. Definitely the creative. Creative is probably the secondary one right after audience. But for right now, like I said, we're going to do the audience. We're going to hit continue. And as what you're going to see, this is going to populate all this stuff right here. And so first and foremost, while we're here, what we want to do is we have a couple options. As you can see, it gave us two options. We're going to add a third, we're going to add a fourth, and maybe a potential fifth. So right now what we want to do is we're not going to mess with any of this stuff because this has already been selected. We're going to go right here and we're going to figure out who our audience is. It says now you can quickly create a lookalike audience, and we'll cover lookalike audiences, retargeting, all that stuff here in some other videos. But for right now, we got a basic template of what a Facebook ad looks like. And I'm going to run one with you guys and we can watch the results of it and we can keep updated with it. So for this one right here, we have ages 18 to 65. Now this is going to be a huge window, and typically I found anything with inside a urban market, you're typically going to want to skip past 18. You might want to jump up to 20, 21 right out the gate. Typically because customers are a little more willing to spend their money at a certain age, 18, 19, 20. It's an assumption, but you can play it however you feel best. But I'd recommend starting at say 21. We'll go 21 to we'll say 38, 40, 35, somewhere in there. We'll say 40 for right now. 40 is kind of stretching it, you know what I mean? So we'll leave it at all right now because what we're trying to do is just get data, remember? So once we have the data, if we see more men ages 21 to 35, we'll laser in and specifically start targeting them. But we'll need to let this ad run for 3 or 4 days really to gather that data first and foremost. So we'll say right now for ambitious minds, we'll detail target some people. So for ambitious minds, I would say people who like ambitious minds probably like Nipsey Hussle. So we're going to see that Nipsey Hussle populates right here. And with Nipsey Hussle, what do we see? We see he has an audience size right here of almost 5 million right there, additional interest. So we can take Nipsey Hussle and we can put him right there. Now this is what I would call a broad targeting interest right here, because now you're going to just target people who like Nipsey Hussle. Now you can exclude people that say, we'll say like for example, people who like Kodak Black. We may not want to add him because we can see Kodak Black here has 18 million people. So you're going to cut out a big window of those people. But as you guys can see up here, we have the potential reach. So keep your eyes on this right here now as we exclude people. Let me just show you how these numbers will drop real quick. So here's Kodak Black. Now we've excluded Kodak Black. Boom, as you see, dropped a whole million right there. So we lost $1 million worth of people that we could have shot at. I don't recommend doing that too often, but it is a strategy and it is a way to, if people have already seen your products through, say, Sam's Club or something, you don't want them to keep seeing it. So another thing we could do, we could say narrow the audience. So we can have people who like Nipsey Hussle and also say they like, we'll say they are. We'll give them an attribute now. We'll say credit card. Let's see what they have right here. We'll put in credit card. We'll put in, so we have people who are interested in credit cards, maybe PayPal. You see PayPal, essentially, you're laser targeting an interest and stacking these interests together to hit a precise customer. Now, if that customer's lifetime value, by them coming in and purchasing from you is $150 compared to the $3, which is expensive to get a conversion or link click through, then it balances out. But if you're selling a product that's $10 and it's taking you $5 just to acquire this customer by running this ad, it's definitely not worth it, right? So what we're going to do is we'll say here, we'll take PayPal out of here, and right now we're just going to leave it for people who like Nipsey Hussle, and we'll aim for people who like Nipsey Hussle. Now, you have another option here. You can have a connection, people who like your page. You can target them if this was a retargeting ad. whatever it may be, friends of people, exclude people, apps, so forth, events, and then you also have an option in here when you get into the next part about if they're actually connected to Wi-Fi or if they're not, or what kind of phone they're on. And that is a great strategy for purchasing when we get into the conversions as far as add to cart, purchase, view content, all that type of stuff. If you aim for customers who are already connected to Wi-Fi, it gives you a little bit more idea about what their comfortability level is. Most people on Wi-Fi are comfortable in a seat connected somewhere compared to somebody who's mobile and on the go, and doesn't have the time to pull out their credit card and things of that nature. So, these are all different strategies you can use to lock in, you know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, you can play around with this stuff right here. This is all dependent upon your creativity and how you know your audience, and how you're speaking to them. Because essentially, your ad is going to speak to your customer. This is you speaking to your customer. So always keep that in mind. That's why it's so great to be brief and just get straight to the point. Answer questions for the customer before they even ask them directly through your ad. But anyway, we'll have all this stuff. We'll go next to update. And now, as you can see, we have one ad set A, that is targeting people who like Nipsey Hussle. And we still have these ones right here that are not done. So another thing we'll do is, you can come up here and we could add, Canada. We can add all those. Right now, we're just going to focus on United States. I definitely would recommend, if you're running ads, to add other countries and stuff. But for me, first and foremost, when I'm testing ads, I always go to the United States. There is different strategies. I think a great idea is to target other countries if you're running products and things of that nature, and building a store out that just has, cash converter for people in Pakistan, so you can take sales and make it look like a Pakistani business. There's many ways to go about this stuff. You need to be creative with it. But once again, we got a blank canvas. We're starting out with people who are, we'll say, 21 to, we'll say, 35 on this one right here. And we already had Nipsey Hussle, so for ambitious minds, who else? I'd say, how about Damon John from Shark Tank, right? He's an entrepreneur. He started FUBU. And I'm sure, the statements, that the gear rocks and represents. I'm sure the people that watch him probably are similar of interest and they could connect with him. So what we'll do is we'll update this right here. So now we have that. So we have one more here. This will be the third. And then let's think here. Facebook will give you some suggestions. Self-employment is a huge one. And what we see here, this is 29 million small business owners. Here's 33. So off the rip, I'll say self-employment. I'm willing to gamble on that one. And we'll start with this one. We'll say 21 to 35 again on this one, because this is a small bracket. If you're 21 to 35 and you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur to a degree. So I'm sure they can, most entrepreneurs, urban entrepreneurs at that, can recognize that 100K really ain't enough at the end of the day, after taxes and paying for operational fees, and if you have employees and things of that nature. 100K comes and goes. A lot of people, you think 100K to do it right, but we have a difference between grossing and between netting profit. So something I always consider when you see a person with 100K screenshots, $1 million screenshots, whatever. You need to know what they really netted. But nonetheless, we'll aim and keep going with this one at self-employment. We'll lock them in. Bam. So we've got 3 interests right now. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 4th one right here. So we'll take another quick little suggestion. So female entrepreneurs. Now, if I was running the ads that were directly for, the females line on Ambitious Minds, this is what I aim for: female entrepreneur. One thing that stands out to me right away are the Facebook business admins and MetaTrader 4. So if we think about MetaTrader 4, this is going to be majority of your Forex traders. So I know if you're a playing Forex, you're probably an entrepreneur. So I'd gamble on that one. And then, outside of that one, maybe Facebook business admins. Facebook business admin has a little bit more right there. I feel a little more comfortable going with that one in comparison to, we'll say, let's look at that again. What was the other one we had right here? The MetaTrader 4. So This one's a little bit bigger, so it's a bigger, but two seems a lot more comfortable for me. So I'm actually gonna go with the Facebook business admins, and we're gonna just go. We'll go 21 to 35, and as you guys can see, we'll update this. So now right here, what we have is 4 interests, 4 separate ads that are gonna run themselves. And what we're gonna do here is go down here and see how it already has automatic placements. We don't want that. We're going to go to edit placements, and on this it's going to show us all devices. As we were speaking of, we can show the people on desktop, mobile. We can take people out that's on desktop. We can aim directly for mobile. Mobile consumption is what we find is a lot more purchase rather than desktop, but for this one we'll try for both of them and get all the data first and foremost. So as you see, we got Facebook, Audience Network, Instagram. So as I said before, we don't want to do Instagram right now because the ad placement and the creative is different. So we're going to take that out. And then what we have right here is we have an Audience Network. We don't want that. So now we just have Facebook. We're just focusing on Facebook. So we have the Facebook news feed, Facebook video feeds, Facebook right column. We have all this. So in stream, search, in article, we're going to take this out. We don't want the in article. And then as you can see, this is what I told you guys earlier. We could aim for people with just iOS, Android. Right now, we want to go for all of those before we get data. And then only when connected to Wi-Fi, as you can see, here's what we were talking about. This is a great thing to use, especially, if you're running ads at certain times. Like, I find for myself that the customer's buying behavior in the morning and at night, you have ads set at a certain time and a certain thing. You hit your customer around this time when they're comfortable and they're willing to buy. So you guys can test that one right there. And then what we get down here, we're not going to mess with any of this other stuff right here. We're optimizing for post engagement, and what that's going to do is it's going to tell us if these 4 audiences right here take to the ad and the creative that we're about to do next. So as you guys can see, here's this. We're not going to mess with this. We're not scheduling that. We'll do this for another video, like I was just talking about. Certain times we'll do that another time. Daily budget. So as you guys can see, that $20 that it's recommending me is saying, and it's giving me an 85% score, is saying that all these ads, these 4 are going to be broke down by $5 increments. So we're not going to want to do that. We don't want to do $5 out the gate right now. For me, I'm gonna start off on half of that. We're going to start out with 10, because you got to keep in mind this is going to be for 4 days. So this is going to be $40. So if you had $100, you're going to say estimated test power, and that's great. This test will run for 4 days, as you can see, $40. So that's where we're going to stay at. We're going to hit continue. And now what this is going to do is going to take us into, where we want to be. And this is our default ad. We're going to make this the main Ambitious Minds, if I can spell, ad. So now that we have that, we're going to get out of the Go Getter. We're going to jump into Ambitious Minds here. We could create an ad here. And now this is where you can do this from your videos, add media. You can add your links. But remember, we've already got this post already set up on the page, because we want to make sure that we're running the ad directly to the page that got the engagement already. So if you don't see it right here, one way you can do is always jump back to your Facebook ad, click on your own ad yourself, and if you look up at the top at the URL, and you can't see it because mine is out, there's going to be a long number behind the video in the URL. So what you'll want to do is you'll take that and you'll go to enter post ID, and you guys will just plug it in right here. So bam, we would plug that in. Well, I guess it says that's not it, but I guess this is the real one. This is how they translate it, and this will be the right video. Watch what I tell you. So there it is. So now we have Ambitious Minds. If you look at the people in your circle and don't get inspired, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. So this is just a video ad. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and test that. And you want to make sure your pixel is on. So long as your pixel is on, you can drive data to it. So now you have all this stuff set up. If this was an ad that wasn't related to what you're doing, or it was a different product or something of that nature, that's why you'd want to turn this off. But right now you want to keep this on. So now we have all these and we're ready to launch this. So other than that, what we'll do is, I just need to move this up real quick. We'll go ahead and we'll hit confirm on this, and we'll launch this sucker. So sometimes it may take a few hours for your ad to really kick off. But as you see, right now the ad is publishing and it's about to go live. So we'll wait on that. Usually we'll get a confirmation. Remember, we're running this for 4 days though, so we'll want to start checking this every day. Once you get a good eye and a good feel for what you're doing, you can kill it with the ad set. An ad set, once again, is an ad that's inside of the ad. So, as the one we just started right now, and as you see, it's not running. We'll just jump on this. An ad set we'll see is over here, one of these audiences that we shot at. And as you see, here's all the videos. If one of these weren't performing and we seen it right here, we could just turn it off by hitting this button, switching this thing off right here. But for right now, we'll watch them for 4 days. We'll give it a $40 spin. We'll check back in. We'll check the results in 4 days. You'll see another video followed up after this of what 4 days of ads on that is looking like. But for right now, we'll go back here and we'll get another option. So right now we have the engagement ads running. So if you were a rapper, an artist, a model, or anything like that, you'd want to run the traffic or engagement one again. If your content was videos like mine, you can optimize for video views for even a lower price. What we want to go to next is your conversions. So conversions is for your Shopify store that you're actually selling a product. You actually want a customer to buy and purchase. So the route to go about doing this is going to be having a campaign name conversions. We'll call this AM1, YouTube video. And we'll continue with this. Remember, we're going to always want to split test. We'll split test the audience again. We'll go here. And what you're going to get on the website is a conversion event. So we have the option to select purchase, we have payment information, view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and lead. So the difference between these are once again going to be the action that somebody does. And as you can see, I haven't had a purchase on this store in 3 days. So you don't want to run something such as purchase or add to cart right away, even as appealing as it might sound. These are going to be higher cost actions. And essentially what you want to do is build the data through your Facebook pixel via Shopify using view content. View content is going to be the main one you want to start out with. My apologies, I said initiate checkout. Initiate checkout is actually going to be one of the last ones you do after you've walked the walk of adding to cart, purchasing, and initiate checkout, because essentially Facebook's pixel is going to optimize for these events, but you're going to need, I believe it is 150 of these events prior to actually running a successful campaign for purchase or add to cart. But add to cart and view content are the two best ones to run because they're pretty cheap nonetheless. If you can hit a spot on audience, you can run through the roof. And once that data is assessed of having all these events and people buying, and you run for purchase, you just have people ka-chinging, 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 ka-chinging. Oh yeah, and ka-chinging. So right now, first and foremost, we're going to start out with your view content. View content is going to be cheap. What that is basically all we want somebody to do is see our ad and go to the website and click around and basically do like that. So for this one, we're just going to do, we'll say, we'll go back here and we'll say, since last time we did the Facebook business pages, right? Let's try MetaTrader 4. Let's try that. Let's just try that on the humbug. I don't feel too strong about it since it's a conversion, but I'm willing to risk a couple dollars just to get the data and see if it was worth it or not. And then we'll say self-employment. And for the self-employment, since self-employment is a huge audience, as you guys see that right there, that's 29 million compared to our 5 million here. This 29 million, I'm gonna narrow this down. I'm gonna get a little smaller in this pond real quick, if I may. So we'll say people that are self-employed, and then we'll spin off with, say, people who also like Nipsey Hussle. They also like Nipsey Hussle. So you're self-employed and you like Nipsey Hussle. So this is my audience right here. So I'm gonna aim for them. So now that we have this, as you guys can see, we're gonna go fishing in this pond and we'll see what the data looks like. So for this one right here, we'll go ahead and we'll go 21. We'll go 35. We'll do Damon John. So this is a small bracket of people right here. So we'll just lock him in right here. We'll update that. So right now, as you guys can see, we have 2 ad sets. we have one that's 18 through 65, and that needs to be changed. So we'll change that to we'll go we'll keep it at, we'll say, since this is the new age right here, and, let's keep it at 18. We'll go 18. Let's go 18 to 35. Let's just test the waters on this one right here. You see, it got smaller and smaller. This is a very small pocket of people, but I just want you guys to see the difference. So we have a big interest over here, and then we have a real small pond that we're fishing in right here. So once again, we're gonna go here. We're gonna take out Instagram. We'll take out Messenger, because Messenger is a great way to go about it, but every one of these platforms has a different way of talking to your customers, so you want to keep that in mind. So we'll take out the audience network. We're leaving it just on Facebook. We do not want it on the right column. We'll leave all this stuff in it right here. Facebook stories, I'll take that out. We'll take out the in article. We'll take out that. And then we'll leave all this stuff right here. Daily budget, we're not going to get anywhere close to that. We're going to just put $5 on this right here, and that's it. And as you guys can see right now, that's $250, and then that's $250. We're going to run this for 4 days, $20. So right now, between both ads that we have running, we've got a $60 ad spend within the next 4 days. So you want to be careful of that, because once again, this is money you're probably not going to get back right away unless you've got a for sure winner. Because right now we're just testing data. We're testing content, we're testing audience, and we're testing how they engage and how they respond with it, until we got a direct line of communication with them that is just coming back and forth, buying, win, win, win. You see what I'm saying? So once again, we're looking for an existing post on our Facebook page. So we're going to target people with an ad that we're selling something. So something like this would be what I'd want to have. But as you can see, this is a link down here for them to purchase. They can do it like that. This is one way to do it. A better caption would probably be greater. Something with the website actually listed in it, like http://www.ambitiousminds100. It would be better in here, because essentially someone can click that link and go straight to your website through your ad like this. Right now they got to do learn more and all that. So we can leave that right here and do this as an existing post, or we can create an ad set. So what we'll do is we'll actually create one for this one, because there's already content and stuff up here already. So as you guys can see, we can do a single, we can do a carousel. Carousel is the multiple pictures by picture right here, or we can do a single image video. Once again, it just depends on what kind of content you're delivering. If you got a t-shirt company like myself, it's great to run these carousel ads, especially retargeting these ones right here, and having, just a picture of your shirt, picture of your sweater, picture of your stuff right there. Those are highly converting. You have single images or videos right here, and that's what we're going to actually do today. You have your collection. So we're going to focus on your single video, single image, and we can go over here. We can add all the text, but we want to add media. We could add image. We could add video. Video is great because you're going to be able to actually be able to get the views from the customer. You're going to be able to use that data for people who watch 20 and 50 and 100% of your video and target into them as an audience later on down the road. And we'll cover that in another video, how to build your audiences with people who engage with your videos and things of that nature. But once again, we'll pick our video. We're going to pick this one right here. So we have a video right here, 3 placements. As you guys can see, there's the pretty young lady. Primary text is going to be make a statement. We'll do this. Make a statement. Hustleharder.com. Hustle Harder, period. And then we'll have a link to the website, Ambitious Minds 100. And, I like keeping mine brief. And what we'll do is we'll just put one emoji in here just to make it colorful. Gotta remember, emojis will symbolize a feeling or emotion or translate to something to the customer by, just them seeing it. So we want to find a good emoji that corresponds with this ad right here. So, we could do the money bag, we could do the arrow hand right here. Um, we'll keep it classy. We could do gold medal. We could do it any ways. For right now, we'll just do the little finger pointing to it so people know where to look at. So we'll put that like that, make a statement, hustle harder, and when they they'll see a little video like that pop up. Headline, we can put this right here, and that could be hustle harder, and you see it pop up down here. So it shows us differently what it looks like. Optional, description, optional. This is going to be for the little thing that pops up, but you want to make sure if you're running just a straight product right here, what you want to be able to do is have the link that goes directly to the product on each one of them if it's a carousel or something like that. But since we only have one video, one product, we want them to go straight to the landing page. Man, we're going to put in the main page, which is Ambitious Minds 100. As you can see, it populated that again. And as you see down here, here's the Hustle Harder, ambitiousmusminds.biz. As it sees where it's populating, because that's where this translates to. Description right here is going to be, we're going to call it hustle. We're going to take that hustle harder out, and we're going to just put clothing that makes a statement, and then we're going to do a description. The description is going to be, what would we want to say right here? Clothing that makes a statement. For right now, we'll just say we aren't going to put nothing here. But as you guys can see, this is what we populated to go right here, and this is what it'd be. So we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it with clothing that makes a statement, period, point blank. Leave it like that. So we have the action, which is our call to action, learn more. We have shop now, sign up, watch now, subscribe, play now. I like to lean on the learn more personally. The learn more personally seems to be more converting for me. Shop now is good, but once again, learn more. Let them learn a little bit more. So we already got the link right here. So what we'll do is we'll come down here, and as you see, the Facebook pixel's already on. Facebook pixel's active. I'm having to request a manual review because I got text in my stuff, but typically when you select this, it'll automatically do it. But now we set up and we've ran an engagement ad. We've also ran a conversion ad. We'll hit confirm and it will throw it out there. So once again, it'll take a couple hours, let this sucker run. We're going to watch the data. We'll watch the web traffic to the website. And essentially what we'll do is we'll crunch this data as it comes in. Within a 4-day period, we'll work through this data right here. So there'll be another video. You guys tune in and make sure you check in, and we'll see how these ads do. We'll see which ones are winners, which ones were losers, and if there really is a loser, we'll have the data regardless. So essentially we're still paying for the data. We're not all the way at a loss. We're collecting the data, and that data is going to be valuable. But another thing, before I wrap this video up, when you're sending customers to your website, no matter what it is, even if you're a rapper and you're just running ads, when those customers do land on your page and they see you and they connect with you and they recognize whatever it may be, you need something on your website that captures these customers' data somehow, some kind of way, whether it's an email, a phone number, or if not both. Right now, as we go into 2020, what we're finding is that text messaging is connecting with the customer way more than email, but email is still great. So offer them something or give them some kind of incentive that really makes them, you can say newsletter and all that stuff that automatically pops up on the websites, but man, people aren't doing that stuff no more. You need to make it appealing. You need to give them a real reason and really deliver on the reason that you're giving them, because at the end of the day, that exchange, that customer right there, that one connection, it has a value. So once again, we're not taking no losses. We're learning from this stuff right here. So, hopefully you guys got some good value out of this video. I'm going to come with the Instagram one next, I think. So, if you got questions, please do drop them in the comments. I appreciate you guys taking the time out. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys subscribing if you haven't already. Tap in down there at the bottom. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Salute. If you like this video right here, please show some love and hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe and notification button to stay updated for the latest videos. New videos will be dropping Thursday, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, so please stay tuned.